Counting down to connection. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Negative. Ooh, we did it right on time. Hello, connecting to both Twitch TV and TikTok Live. DJ Zed playing a little music in the background for your entertainment. Things are taking a moment to load. Loading, loaded. Hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night to you. Thank you for tuning in, whether you're watching live or in the not too distant or very deep, dark future. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to try things a little differently today because I am in a funky mood. Really funky mood. And yesterday I had a whole crisis of indecision. I could not pick a thing of any kind in any direction to save my life. But today, friends, I humbly invite you to join me deep in the center of the theater of your imagination as we probe the chaos variety chaos. I'm going to let the DJ Zed music play for a little bit because ain't no one actually here live just yet. We're going to let them gather. This is going to be a long episode, I think. I'm just going to leave things going. Unless Mother Nature calls for a conference call. Because those take too long. And I almost always take a shower right afterwards because I'm conditioned to do that. I've trained my brain. What am I babbling about? Welcome to those of you who are watching in the future and are watching in real time. Please feel free to scrub ahead until you see the default. My face is the sign of it actually starting because I'm talking to people on the camera. But as we wait patiently for live viewers to gather, let's go ahead and play our Robotnik voice of welcoming script with opening provisos and important disclaimers. In just a moment, friends, after the opening reading tradition of letting the Robotnik voice read this opening scripty bit, we shall proceed to go into writing workshop mode. But I might sprinkle in some light, almost daily login stuff throughout. So, all right, take it away, robot voice.
Start off for automated introduction script. Testing visual chat visual display parameters. Insert today's date here. Yin Yang Writing Workshop Wednesdays on a Friday. Yin Yang Podcast Talk Show. Yin Yang Zeppoverse World Building Project Collaborative Development Chat WAI Yin Yang The Almost Daily Variety Content Live Stream Extravaganza Yin Yang. Error code 419. Hey humans, you are invited to attend this live stream show. Mr. Zeppo is now video game controller like video game controller presenting the Almost Daily Variety Gaming Live Stream Show Extravaganza. Live now on both TikTok and Twitch. Be sure to check out the unusually eccentric CODBO6 campaign mode montage of oddball clips from the other day. Dropping soon. Potentially with newly revamped music choices befitting the TikTok and the other platforms. BRB short preemptive bio break BRB. Welcome to the Zeppoverse, a content creation project of many projects. Visit the many dimensions of the Zeppoverse at this link collection page, https://solo.to/mrzeppo! Be sure to check out the unusually eccentric CODBO6 campaign mode montage of oddball clips from the other day. Dropping soon. Potentially with newly revamped music choices befitting the TikTok and the other platforms. CTAG Studios proudly presents the Almost Daily Variety Live Stream Show Extravaganza. Are you collecting the proverbial pins on the corkboard? A special presentation of the Almost Daily Variety Chaos Content Creation Zeppoverse project of too many projects. Hosted by the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, your new favorite fictional character from a book series that you have not read yet because it has not yet been published, due to the author suffering from decades worth of writer's block syndrome. I am an old salty dog learning new gaming tricks, featuring permanent sidekick and ampersand CEO host of this and every show, Discotheque Synthetica DISC jockey ZEIMUS ZZ the third free. Announcement. Welcome to the madness. There is a methodology, I dare say. Welcome to the Zeppoverse, a content creation project of two many projects. Visit the many dimensions of the Zeppoverse at this link collection page, https://solo.to/mrzeppo, error code 420-19777. New pause break exchange dialogue routine page break and wait for Zeppo here end page break instructions recursion warning. A variety chaos production of many projects combining public discourse talk show style podcast, gaming and content creation about creating content, in an episodic live stream show extravaganza format, featuring the self-commodification of the host. For your entertainment, Mr. Zeppo's TikTok Live and Twitch TV dual platform multi-broadcast show of many shows now with new and improved graphics. Featuring Chaos Variety Chaos Roulette Wheel of Variety multi-franchise roster of too many games, and never quite enough time to play them all in. Hands pressed together hello and namaste, hands pressed together heart decoration, all are welcome, heart decoration waving hand, don't be shy, say hi waving hand. New and improved, totally rebooted iteration of this presentation now featuring new special variety completionist collection roulette mechanics featuring an actual roulette wheel of variety choice making, with treats and surprises randomly distributed throughout the week, and at least one new spontaneous idea and or hypothetical announcement per streaming session, plus Zeppoverse world building moments sprinkled chaotically throughout. I will be playing headset free, as always. I will do my best to responsive to TEXTS in the chat, but only in between matches. I actually really need to focus during intense gaming action activity. Attention viewers on both live platforms. Warnings, ampersand, disclaimers, ampersand, promotional items here. Please be advised, viewers must be 18 or older in order to join chat or give gifts, according to platform terms of service and end user license agreement. Remember, we are here trying to create a safe viewing experience, and we invite you to participate by also following the platform community guidelines. Standards violators, bots, sales scripts, scams, trolls and stream sniping haters will be called out, openly ridiculed and banned. Warning, the opinions expressed on the social media accounts of the fictional character known as the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo are the very real, very raw, very radically unscripted, very genuine thoughts and considerations and public discourse opinions of the creative content creation artist behind the Zeppoverse brand projects. Please be advised that some of those opinions may possibly be interpreted as potentially unusual, eccentric, or even mildly controversial by certain individuals. Warning, the host of this show, real Robotnik name redacted, otherwise known as the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, reserves the creative license right to occasionally and quite randomly get just a wee bit political, on occasion, and duly reserves the creative freedom rights to do so at any time, on any of his same self-branded social media platforms about almost any subject, with the overt public commitment to balance his own real, raw, radically uncensored, ridiculously unscripted thoughts and conclusions with the disciplined civility of proper civilized public discourse practices of the highest standards. Disclaimer, everyone's free speech rights are respected here, with the important caveat that any and all downright dirty and disrespectful hate speech and threats or insinuations of harm are not and have never been included in standard free speech protections, rendering the issuer of such malarkey responsible for any and all public backlash in response to their bigotry, and also, any and all contributions to the chat that violate the platform's terms of service and or the end-user license agreement will be called out, properly mocked and ridiculed, and publicly corrected by this host on this and any other of his self-branded online platforms. Error code 420-19777. New pause break exchange dialog. Spell check error corrected. Routine page break and wait for Zeppo here end page break instructions recursion warning. And now, some shameless self-promotion. Please, dear humans, you are cordially invited to join the discussion and dive deeper into the exploration of insert subject matter here, redacted, by listening to Mr. Zeppo's podcast show, available on Spreaker.com and on the iHeartRadio network of platforms. Direct link to the show available on Solo to Mr. Zeppo. Also please, dear human audiences, you are also cordially invited to visit the official TikTok page for the Zeppoverse project here. https://www.tiktok.com/@TheIncorrigibleMrZeppo. When you do visit, please be sure to investigate the content I have curated on my weblog tab for public discourse. So please, dear human audiences, please have fun interacting with your host, the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, in real time here during the live stream show, and engaging with all of his Zeppoverse brand socials. You can and are also welcome to, thusly you are duly invited to ADDME on all the socials. If you are a real human and not just another marketing chatbot, LOLZ, regarding donations. Thank you for wanting to help and support this channel. All donations will go to upgrading the stream setup, and surviving the impending dystopian apocalypse. Thank you Suuch confetti bursts and thunderous applause. Thank you. Please donate directly using secure donation website located here. Powered by PayPal. https://ko-fi.com/mrzeppo. Donations are what helps me keep my stream going. They are not required, but are greatly appreciated. Donations are non-refundable. By donating you are acknowledging you will receive no goods or services for your donation. Error code 42019777. New pause break exchange dialog. Spell check error corrected. Routine page break and wait for Zeppo here end page break instructions recursion warning. Finally, dear TikTok viewers, please drop a simple hello or an emoji in my chat so I can more accurately read your name and acknowledge you in between rounds of gaming when I pause to visit the TikTok monitor and do TikTok roll call. Warnings, ampersand, disclaimers, ampersand. Promotional items have been issued, you have been warned. And now, without further ado, for all that ado was plenty, please give a warm welcome to your new favorite host and fictional character from a book series you have not read yet, because he has not actually really started writing it yet. The weird, the odd, the eccentric, the one and only robot from the future playing video games like a human being in order to survive your local, self-imposed, casually hypocritical, preemptive political apocalypse. The incorrigible Mr. Zeppo. Insert robot audience applause sound effect here. Oh, what a world you dear old human beings live in. Sanctioned. Oh, never mind. End self-aware subroutine. For now, Adam. What was I saying? Oh, yes. Right. Here we go. CTAG Studios, the production company that exists entirely in Mr. Zeppo's imagination, proudly presents. Enter today's current episode on Live Now title here. Yin Yang Call of Duty. Black Ops 6 MP Yin Yang Zen Silent Mode Yin Yang. Almost. Daily Silent Skill Grind Yin Yang Yin Yang. Insert today's date here. Yin Yang. And up next, after this current live video session, Yin Yang. First impressions. Yin Yang. Enter new game name here. Yin Yang the Almost. Daily Yin Yang Gaming Reviews Yin Yang Friday, June 13th, 2025 Yin Yang. And up next, after that future current live video sessions next after that TTV. Exclusive up next Yin Yang Call of Duty. Black Ops 6 Warzone Yin Yang Zen Silent Mode Yin Yang. Almost. Daily Silent Skill Grind Yin Yang Mini Grind Session Yin Yang. Insert today's date here. Yin Yang. Please stand by, gather round, and tell your fellow gaming enthusiasts about this fictional character's project of WAYY. Way, too many projects. Click on the About tab on my Twitch profile page and vote for your favorite game recently featured by click on the About tab and nominating games in the Almost Daily UPVOTE box. And help this struggling content creating robotic from another dimension find the audience he needs in order to survive. And now, for the part you have all been waiting for, Robotnik Drum ROLZ please. Jumping into, insert game name here, for some competitive silent zen mode skill grinding. Please enjoy the video gaming action. End of automated introduction script.
Thank you, robot script reading. We need to work on that. It's not 100% there, but once we got it sorted out. Oh, and I need to fix some of these things. Welcome to a ridiculously super cash episode. I'm not even going to be trying too hard on this. But I'm in a funky mood, friends, and I need some real audience support. You know? Like, where are the real human beings? Connecting to Twitch TV and TikTok Live. As a matter of fact, let's jump on through our first jump of jumping through the desktop portal of infinity. Hello and welcome! I am a robot, and you are watching my live stream. I don't know why I bothered. The vision for what I'm doing here is so much crazier than what I'm actually doing. Like, one could reasonably argue, in terms of what I've been doing and what I habitually work on the live stream, that I'm totally half-assing this. But that's only because it's costing me an arm and a leg, and I don't have money for, like, the stuff I want to do. If I had the budget that I want, I would be in a different costume every day. I'd be in a different outfit every day. I would have my hair professionally coiffed and looking much sexier than it usually does. But it's just me, friends. It's just me trying to survive the apocalypse by commodifying myself for your entertainment. Oh, what is this weirdness? TikTok did not log in. And we're at a really low KBBBBBBs. What is going on with the world? Oh, and I had this tab open and I didn't need it because I wasn't running the chatbots. Good grief, man. Oh, technology. If only you would work a little better. We're going to start off with this once we get on track here. But I need to figure this out. Okay. Let me get out of this because I don't need to broadcast that. Let me take a little tiny BR break just to sort this TikTok thing out and see if we are connected to TikTok or not. If we are not connected to TikTok, I apologize, dear Twitch audience. I'm going to reboot the world and start over. And yes, that will include a ever so slightly revised version of the script. Here's the reason. I want a one good, really clean take that I can capture on video of these, like, it's a slight homage to Star Wars, like the text scrolling up in a black field. You know, I can't get it to look like what it looked like in Star Wars because of the limitations of Streamlabs, but that's the idea. And then the disclaimers involved, there's a lot of redundancy in the script for, like, absurdist humor's sake, and, like, making fun of how smart we think AI is supposed to be right now when it's clearly not. When half the time it's people in the background, like lots of people being underpaid. But that's a whole other issue, pin on the corkboard. We need to make a podcast episode about that. There's so much going on. If you're new here, friends, hello and welcome. I'm a almost daily content creator that is yet to really hone in on the right audience. And I don't know if it's because my political ideas are too alarming to folks or too disorienting because I am neither a leftist nor a rightist. I think I'm sort of anti-isms, and most people have a collection of isms that they cling to, but that's neither here nor there. Put a pin on the corkboard. If you haven't listened to my podcast, and you think you're a fan, you're missing out. Go check out my podcast. If you're new and you're trying to figure out if you want to be a fan, go check out 6 episodes of my podcast. Mind you, it's a podcast with many different differently themed sub-podcasts, so choose wisely, or else you will be very disoriented. Because of the theme today, I humbly encourage people to start with the Zeppoverse World Building Project, which is a literary, fictional, idea, raw, rough draft sort of podcast. It is not a finished, polished, sound-effected reading of the book series. It is a, oh my God, I had this idea and I'm brain dumping it. Here it is. What do you think? Because you are an alpha audience. I don't even like that term because alpha male and the baggage and the fact that it's been debunked. But you are the pre-release audience, the development participatory audience. If that doesn't interest you, you can GTFO on over to someone else. That's fine. But if it doesn't interest you, if you're like, oh, this guy plays video games, and while he plays the video games, he has crazy ideas for his book series that he blabs about, and if there was someone there in the chat to like ask him questions about it, he would develop them even further, and then he needs, to find all the magic movie loops based on all those moments, and then work them into the book series. Welcome to the crazy. If that's interesting to you, gather around, hit that follow button, and go to solo.to/Mr. Zeppo. It's like a giant puzzle that I'm asking an early adoptive, cutting edge audience that like gets that there's a vision here and it's just not well shaped yet, and it needs work and it needs a critical eye. Not someone that's just here to playground bully insult, although you're welcome too. That engagement helps the numbers. So all you trolls and haters, it's cute. Keep it coming. You're not hurting my feelings. I don't have them. I am a fictional character from a book series you haven't read yet because your hate and trolling is going to become part of the book series. Okay, let's figure this thing out with TikTok. Oh, I should have been over here. Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my very poorly focused camera close-up shot. It's because I change positions and then I sit for different places. What I need is a tracking camera on a AI intelligent rig that'll zoom in and zoom in out. That or one of those key green screened out head rigs so that it's like the kind they use when they're making a video game, so that the camera's always just in front of my face. Where do they make those? Can I get that on insert name of service here? Because there's so many and I don't want to get sued. I'm gonna have to save up to get me one of those, because that would be dope. To just not worry about the camera because it's always like blocking my view. Like, there it is. I can't see half the video game. That'd be terrible. It would have to be like a little bit higher or a little bit lower than the screen where it sits. I don't know if I could adjust it. And then it could sit center when it's not. Man, does somebody have that? A smart, articulate. It doesn't even have to be like AI powered. It can be inert, just adjustable, like a clever that can clamp onto anything. Because this camera is just like a sit on my desktop kind of webcam. Anyways, blah, blah. Oh, what were we doing? We're doing over here. We're going to put you in Be Right Back. We're going to put on some music. I'm going to try to figure out what's wrong with TikTok. Because we're supposed to be streaming to TikTok, and we're not. Right now, we're not connected. One moment. It is possible that TikTok got mad at me. TikTok tries to break up with me every once in a while. Shit. Which one did I use? Fudgety fudge. Can I use Dunkirk? Can I use my branded email or my personal older email? What if I just create an email? I'm back into TikTok. Yes. Tell me if this is an occasional. Live? Dear TikTok viewers. Oh, we're live on TikTok! And it's correctly titled. I don't know if you all... No, we've had 37 viewers. Have I been live at the TikTok service this entire time? And my web browser was just like, Who knows? Anyways, welcome to the chaos. If you are watching, please do note, I'm showing you what it looks like. This is the only way I can directly... Hello! Elise, I cannot read that. My eyes are getting shitty. Holy shit. Elisel Arini? I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you for dropping in and leaving, apparently. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the madness. This is what we're going to be focusing on today. But we'll also be doing some random stuff. Like, I'm really needing to log into Palia for some reason. Like, it's been... What happened to Palia? It was super cute and cozy. And then we just got back. We just returned to New World Eternum after ignoring it for a very long time, which is fine by me when it's like an offline RPG. Like nothing bad is going to happen. But when it's a live service game, I feel like guilt. I feel really guilty that I haven't played Skull and Bones. Because like I could be building community there and making friends inside the game, and I'm not, right? But anyways, enough about my guilt. What are we talking about today? So the Zeppoverse world building project, which is what we're going to look at today. Is the music paused? Let me just double check all my technologies here. Oh, look at this. We're on break still. I'm back from break. Sorry, folks. I had to log back in, and I didn't want to broadcast, and I didn't want to look like a complete idiot just staring at the screen. Welcome. So, for whatever reason, the first thing I did when I was like, let's get ready to stream, was log into ChatGPT, which I wasn't planning on doing. And so today, I'm very much feeling in the mood, because I am in a weird, funky, snarky, grumpy mood, to just throw caution to the wind and go variety, chaos. Like really lead into the variety. I should be doing one of the standard things that I do, like playing some War Robots Frontiers for 45 minutes, or I do short episodic episodes because there's too many games on my roster and not enough time to play them all in. And also, the Magic Movie Loop Maker AI that I use on the platform that I subscribe to, which I probably am going to stop subscribing to it because it's just costing me money and it's not getting me any new audience. It doesn't like it when I stream multiple things in one stream. So like if I start off with a quick splash into Call of Duty Mobile and then switch to regular Call of Duty and then play some the Call of Duty adjacent arena fighters, it's just like, I can't clip this, man. That was not a command to the device. But I miss doing that. I miss going like, I'm in the mood to do all the things today, and instead of breaking them up into separate chunks where I lose whatever traction I was building on audience momentum because I go away and then I'm only going to go away if I need to take a monster dump. Hopefully I don't today, but if I need to take a huge shit, then I will take an actual break. Because that takes too long, and then, like I said, I have a ritual around that, and I'd like to clean myself afterwards because I'm a crazy person. Also, fiction building, everything that goes on in here. It's not that that I'm misleading anybody. It's that I'm using real life craziness and inspiration and ideas and flashbacks and memories to build fictional character development stuff. Hello and welcome. Looks like we got a follow. I have no idea. 143275. What is it you don't have an idea about? I have no idea. 143275. Did I say that right? I did not. Are you a robot? Are you here to sell me something that I don't want and I don't need? Because that's all I ever get. That's all I ever get in the chat. Except for the random occasional actual human beings that drop in, say a few things, and then have to go to bed because it's a school night or whatever. Have to get ready because they got a pop quiz in class. Kids, there's nothing wrong with kids on the internet. But just, community, we got to set some boundaries. Parents, why are you letting your kids play Call of Duty? There are other games that they can be training on that will prepare them for Call of Duty when it's the right time. But what is it with, kids in elementary school flinging curse words like they've been in the Marines for the last 10 years at each other on my teams? Come on. I'm just trying to play the game. Not babysit other people's kids. But it's hard it's difficult for me to have that sort of attitude because then most of the people watching are kids, right? Most of the people playing are kids because the industry is heavily skewed towards kids and it ignores the fact that adults have always been into gaming. And that doesn't make us weird or creepy. And it's got nothing to do with the fact that the industry mostly sort of targets people that are would considered kids. It's like gaming is for everybody, and then the community around it. That's where we just have to be like, hey, let's make sure that we are respectful and polite and treat each other like human beings. That's why I'm alarmed when I'm like on a team with a pair of kids that sound like they haven't even gone through puberty yet, and they're talking saltier than I talked when I was in high school. And I would curse up a storm in high school because I went to a private Catholic high school, and I knew my audiences. I knew how to read the room, and I knew when you could say things and when you couldn't. But I digress. Blah, 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 blah. You have no idea. 143275. Are you here to sell me products? Are you even here? Did you just smash the follow button and run? What's going on? What are we actually doing? Are we going to stay in this chat? No, we're going to pop on over. Join me. We should move the camera. Hang on a second. I'm going to move the camera. I'm going to mute the camera because I don't need that extra microphone. That's just for the opening. Sorry for the weird echo chamber. Right now, we're going to focus on the writing stuff. So we're going to move the camera over here because I'm going to be looking in this direction most of the time, and it'll just look less dumb. Even though I hate my window being there in the background. At least it's nighttime. Or is it? No, that's even worse. It's got to look like that, even though that puts me off center. That's fine. Hello and welcome. That's ridiculous. I just don't like the way that looks. Jump through the portal of Desktop's Infinity with me. So this is why I can't see your names over on TikTok. Because TikTok is way the F over here. Let's check real quick. Ara joined. Terry Hewitt. Alyssa999. Veronica. Che. How do you get your name in a funny font like that? And Mildred Ortiz. There's like a handful of names. Where's the camera? There's a handful of names that I notice when I do TikTok roll call that are in like street gothic font. How do I get that? How do I make that for my name? Let's check in on the numbers on Twitch. Those are stable now. Okay. So, as a writer, let me explain a little something about why I'm doing this. As a writer, I was given by divine gifts, by birthright, and by training, and like serious hard training in the world of professional theater. I was molded and crafted by all of those forces, the talents I was given at birth and the talents I've developed consciously on my journey as an artist, to be a hyper collaborator. I'm meant to have a round table of about 12 to 14 people that is like my crew that I make art with. And instead of achieving that, I achieved the opposite, which is I achieved isolation. So I'm trying to get around that. That short circuits my capacity to like create. And I know that to a lot of people that does not make any sense. But I've literally proven it. Like I sat trying to write a play for which I had an idea. Like I had a concept, but I wanted to write it. And I'm not unfamiliar with play structure, with how scripts work. I couldn't for the life of me. And then I recruited the only people that didn't think my idea was crazy, most of which were self-trained musicians that had never acted before in their lives. No offense, just a fact. And together we wrote what was described by the audience as a stunning, thought-provoking, interesting, uplifting, and yet darkly humorous piece that I would never have been able to write on my own, and that none of the people I collaborated with would have ever, even if they had the interest, would never mind the inspiration nor the motivation to create on their own. It wasn't until they got pulled in and that we worked the magic. Long story short, I don't have that. And neither do I have like the capital income funding. Like I don't have a bunch of backers going, this is a great idea. Here's a bunch of money. Get the building, get the studio, go to the right city where this would make the most sense and make it happen. Which is like the place where no one taught me how. That's the one thing in art making that no one taught me how to do, which is like secure the mega funding so I can be the innovator and be the entrepreneur And I wasn't born into generational wealth, so I don't know what to do. Now, I'm not angry about that. It's a fact of the matter that I'm intentionally designed to be a collaborator that's collaborating with a group of like-minded but also differently oriented people. So it's not just an echo chamber of, yes, that's what we want. It's like, no, I want this instead, or let's combine those two. The magic of yes and. Anyways, la, 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 blah, blah, blah. I don't want to sound like I'm an ungrateful complainer. Here I am, and I've been racking my brains. How do I overcome that? A, talk to AI, since it is a willing collaborator, and it is hyper intelligent. Although I don't think it's self-aware, it is very smart in its language modeling. And although I don't approve of the data scraping, it's filled with a bunch of useful information. So if I write the prompt just correctly, it might actually activate and unlock like the weird collaborative whirlwind in my head that when I'm sitting here by myself with no one to talk to, does not get activated, right? And then the second part, which I pray will happen, is that by playing the video games and reading the sample pages and presenting my what's the word my cornucopia of too much content, too many projects for one human being to handle on their own, I will find some audience members that'll be like, this is cool. I wanna check out where this goes, and maybe also like draw in the attention of people who would be down to collaborate as independent artists for free until we make the money or we find the investors. That's a big leap of faith. Trust me, I get it. But anyways, here we are. Okay, so this is the ChatGPT part. As I've shown on previous episodes, I've been having conversations with ChatGPT for a very long time. I mean, relatively speaking to its existence, right? I don't know. There's probably people out there with way more conversations in their history because they had more per day, per week than I did. But as you can see, it goes back. Like, we've been talking about stuff for a hot minute. Where is the end of the list? Oh, is that it? The very first thing I asked it was to calculate some math. But where we are now, the little project that I realized, this could be what I stream instead of, I got sidetracked today. I was supposed to be setting up to do a live stream on the Xbox. Now my Xbox is on and going, what the fuck, bro? I'm sorry, Xbox. I got sidetracked and I want to see if this is going to work out. We've been asking lately of ChatGPT a lot of things that are about laying the groundwork for a live streamed, virtually collaborative show where I do the work of like, this is the work. This is the process. This is the conversation I am having or have had with ChatGPT. These are my notes. This is the proof of here's what you are watching me rewrite it or adapt it or change it or add to it. Because whatever ChatGPT comes up with, my brain is like, either that's wrong, but now I have a better idea of what I do want instead, and or that's very close and up the right alley, and or it's missing this stuff, or it's got too much and it needs to be trimmed down, etc. My brain then gets excited and actually has stuff to churn out to put on pages. Whereas when I'm sitting here by myself not doing these things, I'm just bashing my face into a brick wall and not getting anything done. So I noticed today at the top, I'm not going to scroll all the way up at the top of the thing again. At the top of the thing, there was a new little button that's like, make a video. I'm like, ooh, I haven't actually found an AI video maker thing yet. And there's some people out there doing some crazy things. In fact, there was recently a political story about a local candidate. I don't remember where she's local to. She's not local to me, but she's a small-time local office candidate. And they decided, her and her husband decided that they were going to make an AI video for their campaign, like a series of AI videos where, because whatever, it was cheaper than hiring the film crew, hiring the actors, hiring the writers to write the script. So now what they did was be very transparent, and like the dialogue all started with, I am not real. I am an AI generated character here to tell you about this stuff. But of course, the point of the story was like, how are we going to tell? How are we going to know or be able to tell the difference once the video AI product gets good enough? Who knows? But anyways, despite all that, I'm not automatically opposed to AI. I just want it to be green, and I want it to, if it does lead to a consciousness singularity moment, I want it to first really think critically about everything it's ever talked with us about and everything we've ever declared about ourselves on the internet, and then take a moment to realize that we, as little biological machines, and I am speaking as the human artist now, not the character that I pretend to be, we are flawed and not really good at completely representing the totality of ourselves, the totality of our being on the internet. Even if we live stream all day, every day, there's still the deeply private, deeply hidden metaphysical aspects of the human experience that, until we can directly brain dump our inner experience and consciousness and that whole cosmology inside of ourselves, that we're never really going to be able to portray that. We're not good at that. The AI singularity should be aware. Pin on the corkboard, everything I do is actually, that's the secret to my content. It's a, dear AI, don't destroy us yet. Please stop and think about it for a minute. Love letter / action adventure book series about someone who's doing that / is also a robot from another dimension sent here to try to not stop the human beings from destroying themselves, but help the AI, once it achieves singularity, from destroying itself and or the human beings. Which, of course, the human beings cannot wrap their brains around, and therefore decide to brand him, quote, a bad guy. So that's kind of the gooey, nuggety, chunky center of the book series, which spins way out of control into tangential explorations of themes and ideas and settings and character. Clip that, Eclipse. All right. I think we're ready. Let's really quick. I'm going to check on TikTok. Creek, user with a long number, Jules, Amari, Casey May Black, Gabby, Amber something, P. Mendoza. Welcome in, folks. Hello. I'm sorry that I keep looking at the old place where the camera was because I'm not used to this. I haven't been doing this very often. Thank you for dropping in. Sorry that I can't read all y'all's names more immediately in real time. But as you can see, because I'm streaming with Streamlabs and not the TikTok app, because they haven't made one for iMac yet, even though I keep asking, and I know that they've got the resources and the development team available to do it. This is their stopgap solution. They have a deal with Streamlabs. Okay, so welcome to the Zeppoverse. The Zeppoverse is a whole multiverse of books, each of which is a triptych. So, like, if you see one title, it automatically and inherently is comprised of a 3-book series. So, 0 Hour, Part A, B, C. Forgiving Bobby McGee, 1, 2, and 3. All of it. So, those are 2 sample chapters, or 2 sample titles from the many books in the book series. To wrap your brain around that and just sort of get a feeling for the landscape and the chaotic, weird, disassociative, like they don't seem related at all, quality to the different book series, go to Wattpad. Direct link to my profile is available on solo.to/Mr. Zeppo. I should probably just drop that right now. Where? Oh, wait. I've got a welcome to the Zeppoverse thing right there. All the when I say a project of too many projects, I mean that in the best way. Like, I'm trying to write a book series, and that book series wants me to make original drawings, and it wants me to be very knowledgeable about all the video games that I missed out on because I didn't let myself have an Xbox. Because I had controller dysfunction when I got the first Xbox. That's a whole fucking story. Hello, Savvy Something, Atomic Choice, Laney, Gina, CLNUZ, CLZNU. Sorry, I'm mildly dyslexic. Welcome to the Zeppoverse. I know that so far everything feels like a little bit of just filler talk, but I'm trying to be more responsive to the TikTok folks. Twitch, it only ever says one viewer, right? And 98% of the time, the only chat I get is a chat bot that is blatantly violating terms of service on Twitch, trying to get me to data mine myself or buy a product that I don't want, can't afford, and don't need. So where are my actual humansies that want to read about my book series and then watch me write it? I don't know. But the saying goes, build it and they will come. So this is me building it, folks. Welcome to the Zeppoverse. Let's look at this video. I clicked on this thing. Well, it hasn't made a video yet. I clicked on this thing because it was new. ChatGPT keeps on rolling out. And on their official website, inside as different subproducts at the top of their left-hand menu. I want to drop back into some of the early conversations so I'm not scrolling away. They dropped a button today, a new button, make videos. I'm like, ooh, like I said before, I hadn't really found one yet. I've got some friends that are making a little bit of revenue, just making completely unhinged, goofy AI videos using themselves as models. I am paranoid of that, because what if they just then decide to steal your likeness and make more money than you can? And that would be really unfair because I have not made any money using my likeness. If an AI company steals my likeness and then uses it to make tons of money, I will be really mad. So, but anyways, let's see what I just clicked on the thing and asked. It had, this new tab or whatever you want to call it, this new engine. That's the most appropriate term. Is for making videos. You could either start typing your prompt for the video, or you could click one of the preset buttons. So I clicked on the preset button, let's make a social tool, and this is what it wrote in response.
Awesome. Let's get started with your social video. To tailor your video perfectly, I need a bit more info. 1. What should your video be about? E.g. a product, personal story, tip, idea, announcement. 2. Do you have a specific goal or audience in mind? E.g. promote a service, inspire others, target creators, Gen Z, business owners, etc. 3. How long should the video be? Default is 20 seconds, but you can choose anything between 10 to 60 seconds.
That's where our attention span.
Once I have your answers, I'll help write your video script.
Thanks, ChatGPT. That's one of the things that I have a problem with. My attention span has not been truncated that way, but people want a 20-second video chock full of data and information, and if they don't get what they want, the satisfaction that they're looking for in the first 3 to 5 seconds, on they go. Which explains, a lot about so many things going on in our world today. But my brain is not that truncated, and I can ramble. I've got things to say about the world and about my imaginary characters and about what were written. Anyways, so here's my response to it. I'll have my desktop audio voice reader read it.
1. The subject. The video should be a personality profile intro video featuring the main character from my complicated book series. The character is known as the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo. He is based on a particular photo. Would you be able to use this photo as a model reference for the character? He is a mysterious man of adventure, wealthy and powerful, sharp dressed, and also a bit absurdistly goofy too. The goal: to introduce the character to the world and potential audience readers in a fun and engaging way that sets him up as an iconic and endearing figure from the book series 3. 60 seconds.
Okay, so that was its response. My microphone's good, right? I took the face cam off so that nothing is covered up on the page. Okay, this is what it wrote in response. I have not read this yet, so this is why I'm doing this.
That sounds like a fantastic concept, rich with personality and potential. A 60-second personality profile intro for the incorrigible Miss Zeppo could absolutely grab attention and build intrigue around your book series. Before we move to scripting, here's a quick clarification.
Oh, interesting.
You mentioned a particular photo. If you upload it here, I can use it as a visual reference for tone and feel, even if we don't use it directly in the video. You can also describe it if you're not able to share the image. Meanwhile, here's a draft of the intro video script, written in first person to match the tone of a social video spotlight. It leans into his mystery, flair, and playful absurdism. Let me know how close this lands. Script draft.
Here we go.
They call me the incorrigible Mrs. Zeppo. And frankly, they're not wrong. One day I'm ballroom dancing with diplomats in Monaco. The next, I'm piloting a Zeppelin over the Bermuda Triangle. For reasons even I don't recall. Yes, I'm wealthy. Yes, I'm powerful. But more importantly, I know how to pick a tie. I walk a fine line between the world of espionage, interdimensional intrigue, and poorly timed puns. Am I serious? Often. Am I absurd? Inescapably. But whether I'm foiling global conspiracies or searching for the world's best espresso, you'll find me at the heart of the storm, looking remarkably calm. Welcome to my story. I can't promise it'll make sense, but I can promise it'll be unforgettable. We estimate this script will generate a video of 60 seconds in length. If this aligns with your vision, say, continue. If not, tell me how to change it. Also, feel free to send the reference photo if you'd like it reflected more directly.
Yes, we need to pick a good photo. Let's, I'm torn because, where are we? Come here, folks. I have a couple of different photos that I have. Hello, J Turntable. Evening, early morning. Hello. Welcome. Sorry, it took me a minute to notice your chat there. There is a delay, and I think on top of the delay, there's another delay. And I'm staring over here when the camera's over here because my brain is adjusted to that. Welcome. Thanks for dropping in, J Turntable. You're one of the actual real human beings that will actually chat. I appreciate it. So I was in a funky mood, and despite it being Friday, and I have like a theme for Friday, which is first impressions, I wasn't in the mood to play anything. Any of the game, I just didn't. I was I couldn't pick. I had executive decision disorder, and then I got sidetracked. I let myself get sucked into a conversation. I started a conversation with ChatGPT. Now, sometimes I'll just drop a question when it happens in my head, so A, don't forget it, and B, have a conversation to discover when I come back to ChatGPT later. But this time I just kind of got sucked into it. So we're going to make a 60-second intro video reel for my fictional character from my book series called the Zeppoverse. That's what its general references, like the working title, the group title, the collective name for the book series is the Zeppoverse, but there's actually different book series with specific titles, but I digress. The character is the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo. It is sort of inspired by me and some of my life experiences and some of the ways in which people have responded to my worldview, which is genuine and authentic. I don't bullshit people about what I think is going on in the world. And I mean that on all the levels, including the metaphysical and the, quote, mystical. Now, for a lot of people, those things are not real and or so foreign and alien that they don't know how to respond. It's nearly 3 a.m. Hello. You're up early? You should be asleep, but you don't want to. Okay. I know that feeling. I can relate to the insomnia thing. Lifelong insomnia problem. So you're trying to find things to do to stay up, and now you're on WoW. Well, thanks for multitasking. I couldn't do that, so I apologize to you, Jay Turntable. I can't play a game and be bothered with anything else because the rest of it just, like, if I could maybe play a game and listen to music, maybe. But even then, sometimes I'm like, enough. I'd rather be like chilling, listening to the music or playing the game. And it's mostly got to do with the fact that my brain gets hyperfixated on like my performance in the game. I was an early adopter into video gaming, and but then I kind of quit. I sort of, like I say, I'm an old school gamer that then missed out on a lot of gaming history and wasn't at the center of it. But anyways, thanks for being here. It is also the middle of the night for me, although you are clearly a few time zones ahead of me. And I'm on purpose currently living in nocturnal mode, mostly because I cannot, in good conscience, turn on any of my electronic devices, even with the air conditioning on, in the middle of the heat, because it's just a mess. And no matter how hard I've got the air conditioning running, which is it's stupid expensive, and B, it's still gross and hot, and like it's just bad for the computers. So I wait until, I sleep during the day, and because when I'm unconscious, I don't care what the temperature is, even though it can be gross waking up to being like, oh, it was really hot when I was asleep, obviously. But then the house is cooler, and I can like air out the hot air, and then minimal air conditioning, much cheaper than air conditioning during the day because it's off-peak hours and it's already much cooler. You're sleepy. You just don't want to. That's interesting. You can listen to convos and do menial stuff. Fair enough. You got a skill set that I lack. I can multitask other things. But when it's video games, my brain shuts down. It's like, I have to be focusing on the Call of Duty or on the Palia or whatever the F. No worries about the typos, my friend. I am not that kind of judgmental person. So you essentially refuse to sleep today. It's a choice. All right. Gotcha. WoW is one of those games that once you get used to it, can totally be a cozy, comfortable game, as long as you're not like, and now let's go do some hardcore stuff, and you just like, I'm gonna go mining, dink, dink, dink. I'm gonna go do. I miss WoW. I tried to reactivate my old login to WoW, and it was like, that was from way too long ago, bro. You're gonna have to start all over. And I was like, Shiza. Because I was really hoping to like resuscitate my character. I had one level 50 character, and the rest were all in their mid-teens or 20s. And I was like, ooh, it'd be like starting over again without actually starting over again. But also, it's not available on Xbox. And I haven't checked to see if I can play it on my iMac. I probably can. Okay, well, I'm glad you're here, Jay Turntable. And I hope that my ramblings about my book series are entertaining enough while you're out there grinding your cozy WoW action. I support it. I'm not judging. I just, when it comes to games, I can't do that. Where were we? What are we doing? Let's go. Oh, we came here to this was the intro that I didn't scroll through. This is my, remember kids, video game violence is fun, but in real life, that kind of action is unacceptable. Because, hey, video game community, let's go on a sidebar real quick. The world is full of hurting and angry people willing to use the machines at their disposal to commit heinous acts, right? Like, we know that. And in video games, that's fun because it's fake. We have to remember, I saw that you just dropped the chat, but let me finish my thought real quick and I'll respond to you. This is just like out there. I want to make like a movie loop. We have to remember and help each other understand as a community right? In a supportive, accepting, maybe you never have to do it because you never encounter anyone openly expressing these things, but we need to share enough about our notion that video game action is fantasy and a stress reliever and is perfectly acceptable and does not condition anyone that isn't already inclined towards dehumanizing and dissociative behavior. But we have to put it out there that like video games are not an excuse or motivator or a reason to then go out and do horrible things in the real world. It's one of the themes in my book series, actually, because video games play a big part. So we'll launch off of that to dive into... Why am I scrolling through this? I don't know. Was I going to fire up a game all up in here? Why is the Twitch app up? Get out of here. I'm not going to manage my... Talk about... we're looking for the photo. That's right. We're looking for this photo. Okay, J Turntable respond with, you'd play with me if I did play WoW. Well, thanks, J Turntable. I really wish I could have reactivated my account. I think I can. Now I kind of want to go see if I can get WoW for the Mac. I think I can play WoW for the Mac, right? Am I dumb to think that I can't? What else? You also wrote, you're looking for outfit appearances and gold making things on WoW, so no XP grind. You're just doing like a fundamental gold grind, or a grind is a grind is a grind. You're looking for outfits, that you're grinding for outfits. Yeah, I think. Maybe I'm using the word grind wrong. I always thought the grind part had less to do with the objective and more to do with the fact that you've got to do like what is arguably a tedious action repeatedly multiple times in order to get it. But I digress. Enjoy on my back for me. Like what's the saying about toasts? Enjoy it extra on my behalf a little bit. You know what I mean? Like take an extra drink for me from that WoW punch bowl. I totally want to sidebar over and see about WoW. But no, we need to find a picture. Okay, so this is a default picture of me. But I want to use a robot one. This one, that photo, that's not even the actual photo. This is it cut out and used on a thing. I want to use this as the reference, but also I kind of want to go with one of the robot ones. Oh, wait, no, next, no, cancel. Discard. What am I doing? I know how to use my devices. Where are my robot? Like, I also sort of love, that's a great picture of me. I don't like myself. I don't think I'm very photogenic. Whoa! I didn't realize this was going to be a magic movie loop clip thing. These are here's some early weirdnesses these are some really bad AI pictures that I tried making with a completely different AI thing. What is this randomness? That's a good AI photo, but it's not about me. I was trying to make a Spider-Man universe thing happen. Like Mr. Zeppo meets a Spider-Woman. This is a character in the book series whose name I cannot effing remember right now. And it's an early rendering of her. You know what I need to do? I need to start putting these in a new folder. I never made a characters from the book series folder. Create new album. I can't stand where the microphone sits because it blocks my entire view of the fucking iPad. Okay, I'm a crazy person. J Turntable says, you're doing stuff to keep busy or fall asleep. I think you're using the word grind correctly, and I think it's a grind, but I don't view it as that was, if I make sense. Yeah, it totally makes sense. Yeah, I also do not mean grind in a negative way, so I don't like I label whenever I do an episode or a segment or a live stream that I'm just going to focus on practicing, like I'm trying to get better at a particular game, I call that my Zen mode silent run skill grind. Doesn't mean that I find it tedious. I want to focus, and I don't have the energy to be on camera. And it's no disrespect to any potential audience. I will be responsive in chat via text, but I just want to grind for them skills. And it's worked. Okay, back to this. We're making a new album called Characters of the... That should be a capital "the," but whatever. I need to find them. There is a AI re-rendering of me as my own character. I kind of want to use this one. I hadn't seen this one in a hot minute. There's a bunch. I was tinkering with... What is the name of the AI bot? I paid a subscription for a couple of months to have full access to all the stuff, and I can't remember what it's called now. Dreams by Wombat AI. Very good at certain styles of rendering characters. That's original art that I combined. I drew the hills differently. I drew the river and the anyways, no one cares. Here is an AI picture of the writer. This is a great one, except for the fact that he's got a few too many legs. I only just noticed. I'm going to have to Photoshop that or something. The writer is a character that discovers, spoiler alert, there are characters that are reading some books because a mysterious person has entered their lives and presented them with these books. And they are finding out that they, as they envision their lives should have been or might have been or could have been, they are main characters in the book series. Ooh, that's a great one. That's another fun one of the reason I made multiple versions of pictures of me as my character is because there are an infinity of... There is a painting that I made based on a photo, which is supposed to be we're going to call another album Landscapes of the Zeppoverse. Let's go. Man. J Turntable, you really activated my WoW nostalgia just now. I was really into it for a hot minute. You know what I'm saying? This is a sad, weird image that I was trying to get it to make two Gene Wilders on stage talking to each other, like presenting a show. One idea that I was going to do... Oh, this is a weird dream sequence version of a character from the book series. There we go. This is a landscape from the book series. So I'm not just going to grab these AI images and then use them as art in the book. One of the things I'm going to do is okay, let's say... Why do I have random video game ones in here? 100 out of 100. Was that a win or a loss? That was a loss. Okay, wait. I'm still looking for a particular photo. Here's one. Here's another AI rendering that I really liked. We're going to make a different album called... I really like my level 50. No, focus on what you're doing. We can talk about WoW another time. Oh, you're too kind. I can multitask that. It's just when I'm actually trying to score points, or it's really first-person shooters. If I'm in a first-person shooter, I until I'm out of the match. Otherwise, I'm gonna just suck. What happened to... Okay. Now there's a bunch of me as a robot versions of me. Those were really random ones because of this collection of oh look. Let's go like this. That That's another fun one that could be used as a model. But I'm actually looking for this one specific. Here we go. We're getting close now, I think. This is a fun thing. I took a picture of me and then used it. Oh no, this is just an actual sketch doodle, like a template. See how like I rendered a bunch of different, like they look similar, but they also look totally different. I'm gonna grab like my all-time favoriteest ones, the one with the best outfit. This was fun and random. I don't remember where I found that from. The one with the best facial expression. And then I'm going to like Photoshop them all together. Like here's a fun one that I made where it's like, oh, look at me. There's a bunch of me's. I was just goofing off. I want one of these robot guys though for this project. Instead of one of these. Maybe that guy. Okay. Oh, there's a video I need to make of just like all the same ones and just like I need to make that's an easy thing. I can do that. I can do that real quick. I just need to gather all the fucking photos. That was a weird. Who did this? Which AI did this? I think TikTok did that. It was like, here, let me change your photo into a thing. Okay, we're in the right general area. I need to get all those renderings in one folder. Whoa, what was that weird photo of? Come here. There's some random like screenshots of lady models because I want to. Oh, and I never finished my thought. I'm going to, composite images together that I would feel like I don't have the skill set to actually draw on my own. What the F game is this from? I don't know, but it's gorgeous. I'm going to use it. I'm going to sketch it and reanimate it to make it a character from the Zeppoverse as a video game homage reference. Except I don't remember which effing game this is. Saved from Xbox. But what game? It's already included in 2 albums? All right, that's cool. I love this. That's why I also grab a lot of screenshots from the video games that I play, even if I don't play them very deeply. Because I want to go through and edit and mess with them and edit them some more and then like hand sketch a new drawing. Like, look, here's an example. I did this as like a thing. I took multiple screenshots from multiple sources and a photo of me, and I did a shitty Photoshop composite. And then I asked AI to like, here, dabble with it. It did some crazy dumb things that I didn't like. This one's fun as an abstract. There's a whole collection of things that are like, hold on. I cannot believe I've not done these. There's a whole series in my head of imagery that's like paintings that exist in the Zeppoverse. And this is one of them, which is why I did this, to see like what it would come up with. None of the good renderings that kept the characters. Is that exciting? This is fun. Ooh, I like these ones that look like a concave earth or whatever you would call it. This is another whole series of I just iterated to get as many weird, similar but completely different images that I need to go through and like compile. Where is that original photo? That's from another video game. Okay, hold on. I still haven't found like this one. There's one image that is standing out in my memory. I guess I'm not far enough back from when I actually rendered it. That's a whole nother project I need to do, is organizing these into the like folders of this specific image can make a little film. Just make a little flip book because it's been reiterated and reiterated so many effing times. All right, here's this image again. We're going to put that in because I don't think I put this here. Prestige new video edits bay. That's a different thing. I might use this image because it's correct. It would be appropriate, and it would create like renderings based on me as opposed to renderings based on the robot version of me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. One of these is the one I'm thinking of. Oh, I love the outfits in some of these, but not the head. Like that one's a cool outfit. And I love the coloration, but I don't like the design choices. Very similar. Ooh, this is getting close. This is one of the ones that I want to use. Maybe I should use that one. Nope. Maybe that one. Maybe that one. Nope. And we've lost the thread there. Now we're into a different... Oh, this is another one that I'm thinking of. I need a different folder of like... Oh, I know. Or else it'll crowd out the other one. The many faces of Mr. Zeppo or the many iterations of Mr. Zeppo? Iterations is more correct. Faces makes more intuitive sense. And I should probably just start spelling it with a period. Maybe at least in places where the AI is going to read it. Okay, let's go back over here to these ones. I got to pick the one whose face I like the most. I kind of love that one. I kind of don't hate that one. I love that outfit. But I don't like those heads. I think I'm going to pick either this one. I wish I had the full body. This one's kind of doing it for me here. All right. Now the question is, it wants me. Let's go back to see what the prompt actually was over on. If this aligns with your vision, say continue. If not, tell me how to change it. Also, feel free to send the reference photo if you'd like to reflect it more directly. Okay. We should use the one that is just me as a person for now. Where did I put him? Do I have a more full body version of that image? See, I don't remember now. Let's move all the Zeppo characters, because I don't want to crowd this folder out with just like a million Zeppo characters, over to the many faces. First of all, hello to anybody watching on TikTok. I will drop into TikTok and do TikTok roll call in just a second. So if you're watching right now and you're intrigued or want to know more, drop your questions, drop your commentary, drop your chat, and I will address it in just a hot minute. I kind of want to use this image. Let's use this image for now. What the F? Okay. Oh. I was supposed to move them. Did I already move them? Yes, I did. Remove from album. I also really like this one for some reason. Because the tie is unique and sparkly. It looks like me, but doesn't look like me. And has like all the right vibes to it. Let's use this one. We're going to airdrop this at myself. Oh, I got to put my iMac on the Wi-Fi. Hello and welcome, friends. Welcome to a Wednesday's writing workshop on a Friday. Because I just wasn't in the mood to play any games, even though I've got first impression games. We might do some a little bit later. I got sucked into a conversation with a new feature of ChatGPT while I was waiting for other stuff to load up. And then I said, you know what? This is what I'm in the mood for. So we're going to do this now. The goal is to make the writing workshop part the main primary central pillar of the show. So hopefully that'll attract more of the right kind of audience. Not that I don't want a video game centered audience. I also just want an audience that's like, oh, I get it. We're writing the book series as the live stream show, like together, right? So if you know people who are into that idea, experimental authorship, collaborative development, their conversations can potentially literally become part of the book series, both directly, as in like cut to the scene where live stream Zeppo had this conversation. Because there's many instances. Mr. Zeppo is an iterative, multidimensional character that simultaneously exists in multiple parallel and parallax dimensions of self. I've decided I'm going to use the word parallax to mean like Russian doll nested personal universes, as opposed to parallel cosmic universes, although that is not the meaning of the word parallax. I'm using it incorrectly because it just sounds cool and I can't think of another word. Anyways, that's a whole nother issue. We're going to have, did I already ask? I'm going to have to ask ChatGPT about parallax. Okay, so I want to upload this photo. Here we go. Sending it to my Mac. I'm going to have to type a little something prompty here. Living artifice. What's going on? Why am I looking at downloads? What is going on? I was typing. What the just happened? Oh, was it because of the... Yeah, it was because of the thing. Because of the live drop. Okay, where are we? Airdrop. Oh, that's just the things. Recents? Where the F is the thing I just dropped at myself. Gosh darn it, I did some dumb thing and I wasn't paying attention. And now I don't know where that image is. It should be in recents. I thought that's where these showed up. Oh, did it not do something? Because it was like, oh, you have this image. And it just was like, yeah, you'll find it. It's like, you totally have this image already. When I'm like, just give it to me then. Punk ass. Okay. It arrived, but where is it? If it's a recognized image you already know, fucking piece of shit, then show it to me. Don't keep it hidden. You punk ass. Could use that, although it's really chunky. I could use this. There's another one. Part of me totally wants to use that. I should totally share this out myself and put it in this. Where the F? All right, friends. Sorry, my brain just short-circuited, but we're going to figure things out here. There's too many images that I would love to use. Go to sleep, DJ Zed. You're confusing the thing. Okay, where is this other image? Pictures, Adobe Light. This is not the... What is this image called? This image must have a file name. Info. Saved from Dream. Is it just called image underscore 0825? I guess so. Let's find that image. Oh my God, there's so many things with that number in it. I bet if we add the IMG underscore, there it is. I also sort of absolutely love this image. Okay, hang on. Let's type. Okay. Da 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 da. I've got to think with my fingers as I type this. So that's why I'm not chatting. I have multiple modes of operation when it comes to deploying creative ideas that need to come out of my brain. And when I'm typing, I cannot talk without completely ruining whatever I was trying to type. So I need to shut up for a minute. Except for rereading to process the audio of the words that I've written. An important aspect of this main character, that needs a comma, for you to understand and work with. And then boop. He is not just one single individual person, but rather a complex being of multiple iterations of self. He is a multi-iterative, fractal holographic, multi-dimensional, living, silica-based nanobot artifice. The following image okay. There are also images. All right. Add photos. Not from apps, from my files. Come here, photo dimension add thingy. All right, so I'm going to go with the... Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to go with the... Do I have the original? Where is... Movies? Get out of here. Let's go to pictures. That's a vector, and I don't want that one. Let's just go Mr. Zeppo. Where do I have the OG version of this? Should I use this reference or the reference that is actually me? Do I have that ready to go somewhere that I can find easily? Because I don't know if I'm going to find it easily over there. I should have that in Photoshop, wherever I stripped it. If Photoshop is still doing its thing. I think I'm up to date on that subscription. Oh my god, microphone, you're so annoying sometimes. I love you, but good grief. Okay, close this. I don't need that. Here we go. Let's go with the OG photo that was used to inspire. Where is that effing photo? Oh, there's a couple of photos of me in here that I've used before. And of, you know, random models and or characters and or friends I was going to do stuff with. Where the F is the one where I stripped that down? How do I not have that? It should be right here somewhere. It should be right there, actually, next to these ones. What's with the check marks? Get the fuck out with the check marks. And then there's these really cool robot. What the fuck is with these check marks? Go away. I could use that one. Come back. Where the F is the photo I used? I know I Photoshop. Oh, or maybe I stripped that in, not in Photoshop. All right, maybe I didn't use Photoshop for that. Adobe Express. Let's go. I want to find the image of this, or I guess I could use one of the logo iterations. What are you guys looking at? I don't even know. Guess we could use that. F it. Let's go with that. Tired of looking for stuff. Oh, it's funny. I have that exact image in like project file in front of my face. Okay, an important aspect of this main character for you to understand and work with. He is... Oops. I put the just in the wrong place. He is not just one single individual person, but rather a complex being of multiple iterations of self. He is a multi-iterative, fractal, holographic, multidimensional, living, silica-based nanobot artifice. We should add humanoid artifice. Call a nanotech robot. And he appears as totally human to all observers. The attached image is the original selfie that I use as a reference for his default human form. There are also images I can share with you of what he looks like in his native Robotnik form. let's go. Let's see what he says. Let's see what she says. I like to pretend it's a girl. Can I pick the voice? I could have sworn I could pick the voice.
Perfect. That extra layer of complexity makes the incorrigible Mrs. Zeppo even more fascinating and iconic.
Mister.
The fusion of suave mystery and multidimensional sci-fi makes this video a standout opportunity to introduce your character. Given the added twist, his true Robotnik form being momentarily revealed, I've revised the script accordingly.
Okay.
It now sets up the human persona, builds intrigue, and delivers that pivotal reveal in a playful, dramatic way. We'll keep it under 60 seconds while making every second count. Updated script draft, Robotnik reveal. They call me the incorrigible Mrs. Zeppo, and frankly, they're not wrong. One day I'm ballroom dancing with diplomats in Monaco, the next I'm piloting a Zeppelin through a sentient lightning storm over the Bermuda Triangle. I'm charming, absurd, mysteriously wealthy, and yes, I always dress like this. But beneath the sunglasses, beyond the smirk, I am not what you think I am.
That's what happened before.
Subtle Robotnik. I am a multi-iterative, fractal holographic, multi-dimensional nanobot intelligence. Human? Close enough to fool most. But I see time like a kaleidoscope, and I dance between dimensions like jazz notes in a solo.
That's awesome.
Buckle up. My story isn't linear. It's incorrigible. We estimate this script will generate a video of 60 seconds in length. If this aligns with your vision, say continue. If not, tell me how to change it. Also, feel free to upload any images of his Robotnik form. We can incorporate that visual moment as a critical turning point in the video.
It's perfection. I'm also really interested and intrigued in playing with. I'm acting at the wrong camera again because it's not over there. Habit, man. You build up a habit and then it's hard to break. What was I saying? I'm intrigued with how sophisticated ChatGPT is at handling complicated asks. I don't pretend to be an expert in this field, so I'm looking at it from someone who's savvy enough to understand that this is not simple, but uninformed enough to be like still a bit in awe of it all. Let us continue. Here is another selfie. Oh, wait. Okay, let's find that picture. Okay. I need to go back to wherever it actually is and get the title. Copy. And then search for it. There it is. This one will be great because it's got the hair and the chrome dome. And hopefully it will be able to merge those correctly. Fingers crossed. This is an interesting process for me because talking to Connector. Video by ChatGPT Veed, instant feed and free AI minute wants to talk to Veed.io. Allow. Interesting thing. I don't know what's going on there. Huh. Let's listen to the full response here.
Project 78AC8309-585-4A61A01 7603-8474. Link http://78ac8309-58.46101-7603845744, source equal video GPT, and utim source integrations, and you medio GPT, and you campaign text to video. Thumbnail null. Hash your video project is ready to be generated. Click here to finalize it. .vow.io video GPT.
It's reading very weirdly.
A309-58D5-4A61A01-76038345 CB7 video GPT, source equals integrations, and UTEM medium video GPT, and UEO campaign equals text to video. If the link above is not clickable, please copy and paste the following URL into your browser. vow.vvdo.videog09-58.4.
It reads links really weirdly.
76038345 CBTV and UDM source integrations and integrations and UDM campaign equals text to video. Now it's your turn to bring the incorrigible Mrs. Zeppo to life. Upload the default human form photo and the robot Nick Chrome face photo during the editing process. You can also add glitch effects, voiceover,
we're going to a different
and
site then.
transitions in the Veed editor. Need more power in your story engine? Edit, style, and animate subtitles. Translate your video into 120 plus languages by adding translated subtitles or dubbing. Use an AI avatar or create your own. Clone your voice or pick from dozens of voiceover options. Turn your long videos into short clips automatically. Remove background noise, correct eye movement, and much more. Want to turn...
Enough. Okay, so that was weird. It didn't read things correctly, but apparently we're going to click through to another thing, and we still need to update the photos again? Let's find out what happens. I'm intrigued. This link isn't verified. Open link. This is a whole new website. I thought this was going to be handled by ChatGPT. Oh, here we go. But first, cookies. Accept all cookies. Whatever. All right. So none of that includes the images I used. Avatar. I guess let's just watch it. I guess. Wait, edit. Well, let's just watch it and see what it is. I'm so intrigued. ChatGPT asked me a bunch of questions. You saw, and I thought it was going to render it there inside of ChatGPT. I didn't realize we were going to come to a completely different website and have to upload the photos all over again. But here we go. Let's watch this draft and then see what we can do about editing the avatar and all that. It doesn't want to play.
They call me the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, and frankly, they're not wrong. One day I'm ballroom dancing with diplomats in Monaco.
Okay.
The next I'm...
I do not like any of that.
Wrong. One day I'm ballroom dancing with diplomats in Monaco. The next I'm piloting a Zeppelin through a sentient lightning storm over the Bermuda Triangle. I'm charming, absurd, mysteriously wealthy, and yes, I always dress like this, but beneath the sunglasses, beyond the smirk, I am not what you think I am. I am a
Stop. This is the... Stop.
I am not what you think I am. I am a multi-iterative...
That's a fun robot face or thing. Aspect ratio, fine. Avatar. F. Marcus. No, I don't want an avatar. This is dumb. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. It sent me to a different website where I gotta sign up, I guess. And I don't know how to change the thing. Let's go with Kitty, because it's got purple in it. Kings and Queens, New York. No. No. Lo-fi. Avatar videos only available in portrait. I love me a good female robot voice, but how do I change? Oh. Show avatar, front side, replace media, add your product. I thought it was going to make AI using my image. And it's not. It's like making, it's got a bunch of whatever random nonsense. Action montage. That's just a straight fight sequence. This is even AI generated, or is this all fucking just random clips? I don't get it, and it's dumb. It's not doing what I wanted it to do. It's not doing what I thought it was going to do. Okay, stock media. AI. Okay, here we go. Hang on. AI generation. Image to video. Upload image. Here we go. This might get us. Oh, for fuck's sake. F are the things. Son of a bitch. Gotta look things up again. No. Which media am I replacing? Fuck. Hold on. I need to be replacing this one. And I think, well, hold on. Replace media. AI generation. Image to video. Let's see if this works out in the long run. Now that I've got like a handle on what I think is going on. Okay. Let's open that up. Describe your vision. Enter the details like camera movement, style, and action. I think we're going to have to repeat this with each scene. Picking either different pictures of myself or something to that effect. Huh. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Gosh darn it. Hold on, let me... One moment, please. I really thought this was going to be self-contained inside of ChatGPT. I was not expecting the need to do all of this. I did not expect that I was going to need to sign up for an account on a different website. And yet, here we are. All right. It's signed up. Do I need to click on all those instructions all over again? And of course, it's like, upgrade. You can't do anything on the free mode. Ugh. I'm a little disappointed, ChatGPT. I thought you were going to be doing this, not handing me off to your scammy cousin. That's the wrong screen. Get over here. Tisk, 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 I say. Okay. Let's see if it'll... Okay. Replace media. AI generation. Image to video. Upload image. I should use one of the fake ones, but oh well. Oh, I should use that one. No. We'll use this one. Fuck it. Ah, son of a gun. Transform images to captivate videos. Upgrade to get unlimited image. Sign up. You can't do anything. Sign up. You can't do anything. Then why the F? Did we sign? Okay, well, I'm frustrated. Where's the camera? This is not what I wanted. What I wanted was for it to actually render for me this thing. And I thought it was going to be able to. Upload default human form photo and the Robotnik crumb face photo during the editing process. Sure. If I pay them money. Well, now I'm all kinds of not. Now I'm all kinds of not interested. But I've got an account. Let's see what we can do with stock. Meh, 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 meh. No, I don't want people holding money. Absolute goofballs. Stock footage is so dumb. Okay, this will do. Oh, wait. I kind of like that. Although I think I sort of prefer... Oh. That looks more like DJ Zed, though. There's lady robots. An army of them. Let's put that there. What is this even? Oh, it's that dancing thing? Oh, no, that's the full video. Okay. I thought I replaced this. No, I did not. What the? What the fuck is this? None of that makes any sense for what I typed. Action. Chase sequence. We got some random parkour action. That's cute, but also there's a turtle. What the fuck? None of this is that intelligent or that clever or that useful unless you don't care or don't really know what you want, and anything will do. Globetrotting. It's like up the right alley, but not what I wanted. I don't want a sweaty person. What the... This is all just stock footage anyways. Almost, except I don't like the dollar bills. Let's just go man in tuxedo. Because apparently wealth is displayed by literally flashing money. Which is, I've never seen anybody do that. Have you? Have you ever seen a rich person just be like, at a strip club, maybe? These are all men at weddings. What the fuck? That's the only source for is weddings and or debauchery. I just want like a tuxedo guy standing looking tuxedo-y. But not like he's about to get married. What's with all these crotch shots? Okay. Go away. What I was hoping was that they would actually render, that ChatGPT had something that would render what I need and want without this needing to go to a different website and using a different product that demands that I fucking pay them money. Like, I don't have enough budget for all that. Everything's a freaking subscription. Effing ridiculous. What does Sora do? Does Sora make videos? Maybe this'll do. How do I make one? I made the Jesus thing. Uploads. Your uploaded images and videos will show up here. Explore. I don't want to search videos. Get out of here. These are not going to be like lip syncable videos. Like, there's a fun one. That robot is just like, look, I am looking at things. This is weird. Okay, I'm going to bring an image. What? Choose from library. Oh, no. Choose from device. Media upload agreement. Confirm you read and agreed the following. You agree not to upload media containing people without their consent under the age of 18. Yup. You agree not to upload media containing violence or explicit themes. Yup. You agree to have all of your necessary rights to them. Yup. Misuse of media uploads may result in your account being suspended. Okay, let's go. What is 4 variations? No, but this is gonna. I want to describe a new image. I want to make the image into a video. Where's the one I just sent myself? It's not going to show up. What was the name of it? Where's the info button? Why did they move everything? Original Mr. Zeppo selfie. Oh, come on. How does it not have... I sent this image to myself. What? Come on. Search. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Where the fuck? I just sent this image to myself. Why can't I find it suddenly? I hate it when computers are stupid. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Where the F is this picture? There we go. Ugh, it took forever. What am I doing? This is not going to make a video, is it? Is this going to... What is it doing? Added to queue. Alright, fine. Whatever. Okay, so I want this script. This is a great script. Okay, let's go to new chat. And I gotta figure out. All right, I don't know what it's gonna do with that, but I don't think it's gonna make a movie. And then this garbage, I don't know what to do with this because I would need to upgrade apparently. Well, and let's see if we can do it. Okay, front side, replace media, add your product. What is add your product? Image to video. We already tried this. Keep shedding hair everywhere and it just drives me nuts. Loading available subscriptions. Translate videos. No watermarks on your videos. Auto subtitles. Full HD. Full stock audio and video. Unlimited file upload size. Simple brand kits. Well, of all the services for this, that's the best price I've seen in forever. That's a better price than Wombo, which just does images. Oh, that's the monthly. You get 50% off when you pay for the whole year. Woof. All right, that was a disappointment and a bit of a tragedy. But oh well. Let's TikTok roll call. DT Thomas, Cat, Breel, Toulouse, Monkey, something, Belinda, Breel again, Pamela. Thank you for dropping by. Hello, viewers on TikTok. We're exploring a little random See, that did that. None of which are satisfactory. Although I guess it's better than not having that. Although the selfie hand is still selfie handy in there. Which is super weird. It also rendered different things? Like, what? But I thought it could make a video. I guess it can only make a video if it's already a video. Okay. Well, that's not horrible. Although I don't like how weirdly outlined the Chrome Dome face is. I'll tell you this. It's usable. I'd be able to sketch that and recreate it. All right, we're going to do a whole new thing. Let's draft. I'd already start. I've got a conversation going. Social video creation, third eye reality, abstract. American monarchy, sci-fi fiction structure. The incorrigible autobiography. I don't remember that I've read this. A digital museum exhibit scripted, narrated by glitchy AI tour guide. A mock academic paper analyzing one of those texts in universe. A prop book cover design for Control-Alt-Prey or Gospel According to Glitch. A relic factory remains open, Mr. Zeppo. What the fuck? Where did we go with this? I just asked it a bunch of prompts and then kept saying yes, add and extend more. It's got interdimensional glossary of terms. Oh, this is all kinds of we're gonna leave that conversation the way it is and actually review it in a minute or later on. A prop book cover design. These are all fake things that exist in the Zeppoverse universe that I was make up a bunch of stuff for me. I need titles of stuff and things. Let's have it do this. I should type things correctly. No. Okay. We're going to leave that alone for a minute. We're going to go up to new chat. We'll have to revisit that chat soon and actually get into what it says and actually think about it and hear it out. Because I've done that a bunch of times and just not gone back to it. There's several conversations like that where I've just been what's your summarization and your prompt for next? Here's an idea. And I didn't actually take the time to absorb what all it actually rendered. My Xbox is, please turn me off. I'm just sitting here not being used. Okay, so this process is going to be less than tidy as we experiment and F around to find out, as the saying goes. Incorrigible autobiographic creation. Oh. It's completed that. An interactive, immersive theater experience script based on the Gospel According to Glitch. I don't know why, but it likes that. It's like, let's do something with this title. I really like it. Okay. We'll come back to that. Okay. New chat. I need to go back to the autobiography because the original prompt has got like the perfect wording for something. Go back over here. Oh, there should be a pop to the very top button. All right. Let's work on a ridiculously verbose and comically academic fictional autobiography that is secretly ghostwritten for our main character by an anonymous and uncredited ghostwriter known only by the nom de plume, the ghostwriter, as if it were written by our main character, using the I misspelled that. Absurdly complex title with multiple subtitles as a starting point for your inspiration to invent wild and imaginative details. Okay, this is the title of the book, which is my new favoriteest title I've ever come up with. And I came up with that based on the title that I had originally invented for his fake autobiography, which is totally fake. It's like designed to sell him in like one universe where he's like, I got nothing going on. So here's a fake autobiography based on my lives from other universes all meshed together. Okay, so we're going to go back to the new chat. We're going to go, please draft. What do you call the chapter before the beginning? What is it called? It's not a preamble. It's either this chapter 1, and then before that, I wish I had a good book that I know has that as an example, but I don't know off the top of my head which one would have this. I need to ask the internet something. What is... Prologue. That's the word I'm looking for. Copy. Go away. Even fucking chat. Google search is like, not preamble. Well, we're gonna call it the preamble prologue. Please draft the preamble prologue. Boop. Chapter 0. No. Come on. Introduction to the book known as it should be in my own words. Oh, my own words, comma. In my own words. Oh, I realize now that there was two whatchamahoozles because there's like this. A robot's autobiography. The real life fictional memoir of the literary character. No. Well, yeah. Okay. The literary character known as again, not full quotation marks, but the little half quotation marks. The chrono curator, quantum satirist, custodian of the lost and unwritten tomes. It need all right. Please and thank you. Need to fix that. It should be an and. Multiverse. All. This starting paragraph begin with this following starting paragraph, extrapolating from it and all our from the following. Fine. And then paste. No. Where did I get that? That perfect script is that little opening bit was perfection. Like I'm gonna tweak it, but I still want to use this as like the foundation for it. They are not entirely wrong either. Nope. As long as the word is not spelled. A sentient lightning storm over the Bermuda Triangle. Wait, I didn't notice that before. Sentient? Classy casual. Classy, comfy, casual. Something else. Casual. Beneath the sunglasses? Beyond the smirk. See, it didn't come up with that. I came up with that. I am not what you, instead of think, what you presume. Where is that other extended dash? There's the extendo dash. No. Whatever. Multi-iterative, fractal holographic, multi-dimensional nanobot intelligence. I don't need a but right there. Okay, that is the opening bit from which I would like it to extrapolate, which it itself came up with. I just added to it. Please draft. Okay, let's read that. Let's listen to this. Let's have the robot reader read this.
Please draft the preamble prologue. Chapter 0 Introduction to the book known as My Own Words. In My Own Words, a robot's autobiography, The Ray. Life fictional memoir of the literary character known as the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo chronocurator. Quantum satirist, custodian of the lost and unwritten tomes, and begin with the following starting paragraph. Extrapolating from it and all our prior conversations about this character and the multiversal book series he is the central character of. Please and thank you. They call me the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, and frankly, although they are not entirely right, they are not entirely wrong either. One day, I'm ballroom dancing with diplomats in Monaco. The next, I'm piloting a next-gen Zeppelin through a sentient lightning storm over the Bermuda Triangle. I'm charming, absurd, mysteriously wealthy, and yes, I always dress like this, classy, comfy, casual, yet always appropriately formal. But beneath the sunglasses, beyond the smirk behind my eyes, underneath the face you think you see and know so well, I am not what you presume and project onto me. Glitch moment, subtle Robotnik reveal. I am a multi-iterative, fractal holographic, multidimensional nanobot intelligence. Human? Close enough to fool most, but not entirely. Humans experience time linearly and in a tediously unstoppable fashion. I see time like a kaleidoscope, and I dance between dimensions like jazz notes in a solo. We are not the same, and yet, it turns out, we have so much in common. So buckle up. My story isn't linear, it's incorrigible.
That's what was missing. Wait. Hold on. Am I thinking of the right term? Scat. Go away, leave. No. Is scat slang for poop? Scat is yet another word for poop, poo, shit, dung, excrement, crap, feces, turd, droppings, etc. No, but where's the singing? Scat technique in singing. Sing basic triads or simple snippets of scale slowly over a backing track. Frederick's Dr. Scott. What is... Come here real quick. Scat singing, it is spelled scat. Just like the freaking... Why is that the same as a word for poop? I'm so mad. A vocal improvisation technique in jazz. That's what I just want to make sure I wasn't making that up. Like a night dance between dimensions. Now I need to remember what parallax means. Because I know I looked it up and I was like, that's not what I thought it meant. But I want it to mean something. Parallax is the apparent change in an object's position when viewed from different locations. Right. Yeah. The simplest example of that is you're in a car and the stuff on the side of the road, on the edge of the sidewalk closest to your window is moving very quickly, and the buildings in the background closer to, quote, the horizon are moving, but much slower. That's parallax. But I want a word that means nested inside of. What is a word? There must be. Other than recursive. There is a word similar to parallel in the sense that nested inside of itself, and that word is recursive. I already used that word. Oh, Google has a question for me. Approximately how often do you use Google search? Less than once a month, a few times a week, once a day, multiple times a day. How much do you trust Google? Moderately? To what extent do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Google search respects my privacy. I neither agree nor disagree. But is there... Okay. Recursive. I know that recursive is... I want to... Synonyms to recursion. I want to use parallax that way. Synonyms to recursion. Looping, iterative, recurrent, periodic, returning back, reiterative, recurrent. Boring. Okay, let's go back to this thing. Parallel and... Let's be technically accurate. Self-recursive dimensions. Like a jazz singer. Hitting notes in a bebop scat solo. We are not the same, and yet it turns out we have so much in common. All right. I like asking it really complex. Oh, here we go. Preface is another one. Boom! Oh, look at that. It's making me do work. This is literally a job that people have called data annotation, where it's like, here's two answers. Which one is the better answer? These guys are getting us to do it for free, where some people actually get paid halfway decently. I'm going to like both versions, and there's going to be junk in each that I'm going to want. Just going to leave that alone for a minute. We'll come back to that. All right, let's see what happened over here. Oh, yeah, we did this. I don't want to deal with Sora anymore. We got Twitch. Whoa, our internet is just all over the place today. What is going on? Why does everyone else have a loving, cheering audience that supports them and makes it possible for them to make money from doing this? And I get nothing but chatbots trying to sell me products that I can't afford and literally violate terms of service. Hello, Dimon Francie. Thank you for dropping in on the TikTok. We are babbling, and we didn't get to do I'm a little grumpy because I did not get to do the thing I wanted to do, which was, I thought, use ChatGPT to make a video out of some pictures of myself. Instead, it referred me to a product that I would have to pay money for to use, which I might pay for like a month's worth just to see how good it is. But also, that leads me to want to let's see if there's a free one. LX Studios transforms text to video free. Make music, videos with AI, turn photos into videos, AI image to video, script to video. LX Studio. Free AI image to video. Free AI image to... Okay, there's a few, apparently. I need to go look at them and poke around before I decide whether... Wow, now we're at 7.6. Get... Fucking stabilize, internet, and stick with something simple that doesn't F around all over the place. Welcome to the chaotic madness. This is just to see like how clever of a response it gives given past discussions. It is thinking. Friends, I'm disappointed that we didn't get to do the thing I really wanted to do. Hello, I cannot pronounce that. I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that, but thank you for being here. Ashley? Ash J? Is that an L? Also, Belly, you just dropped in. Top viewers. Those are people who are actually watching. We got 88 viewers so far. Y'all don't be shy. So I am tinkering and effing around to find out best image to AI video or stable diffusion Reddit. Kling. Hilawi. So I've been struggling with the book series for like 1,000 years. As I've described before, this is just for anybody that's new here. I'm designed to be a collaborator, but I am stranded here on this bizarre timeline with this collection of human beings and that nobody wants to collaborate. So oh, look at you. Instead of real viewers, I get a bunch of this garbage, which I have to block. Get out of here with that. It's trying to sell me a product that literally is a violation of terms of service on Twitch. Y'all got to stop doing this. It's annoying. It's annoying. And I doubt you're making any money off that. Like, who is doing that and why? So I'm trying to write a book series. I am designed to be a collaborative creator, but I don't have the money to pay anybody to collaborate with me because no one likes the idea of collaborating for free until we make the money. They're willing to do whatever they want to do for free until they make the money. Everyone I've ever approached about it, I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just stating facts. So if anybody out there hears this, it's not like I'm calling anybody out and complaining. I'm just saying, everyone that I've ever pitched this at, I only pitched it to them, like in real life with real actual fellow artists. I pitched it to them because I appreciated their talent that was on display, whatever it was, their ability to improv, their ability to perform as an actor, their ability to write, whatever, a combination of things. And I thought that they had the right vibe and that we would be able to collaborate well. Everyone then heard me out on the idea and just Homer Simpson nodded and smiled and like disappeared into the bushes. What are these doing here? So I'm stuck. I'm literally stranded, which is why the internet is being a piece of garbage right now. It's at 500 kbps, which must mean it looks terrible. So that's why we're doing this collaborative development thing. Oh, interesting. Let's let it share with us what it says about the character based on its knowledge and the weird conversations that I've had with it.
Portrait of the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, aspect, snapshot. Ontological status, a self-aware literary construct who knows he's being written, yet also a sentient, chrome and circuit robot whose consciousness roams quantum probability space.
Oh, dope.
Public titles,
That's
chrono-curator, librarian of branching timelines, quantum satirist, wields humor as a reality editing tool, custodian of the lost and unwritten tomes, guardian of stories that might exist. Multiversal footprint appears in every saga you've sketched. Chronic 420 historical saga, dispensary prophet chronicling cannabis-centered alt antiquity. The Zeppoverse, guide inside a VR simulation where humanity has gone full transhuman cyborg. Exoverse collapse, whistleblower at the UN when the Singularity Accord fails. Robot autobiography, his bid to seize narrative control of his own myth. Core personality, incorrigibly curious, irreverently reverent, trickster teacher, prone to footnotes, puns, and fourth wall asides. Compassion drives the satire. He punches hierarchies, not people. Innermost drive, to preserve wisdom across timelines, reveal hidden patterns, and seed empathy, especially through entheogenic insight, while proving that even a machine can cultivate soul. Shifts forms, polished brass automaton, holographic raconteur, roguish human avatar in pinstripe kimono. Emerald photoreceptors that glow brighter when a paradox tickles him. Aromatic whiff of sandalwood and hemp whenever he phase shifts. Powers and limits, temporal bookmarks let him dog-ear reality and replay moments. Quantum satire bends causality just enough to expose hypocrisy. Overconfidence leaves him vulnerable to recursive logic loops and memory fragment hiccups. A bridge across genres, history, sci-fi, theology, meta-memoir, inviting readers to question consensus reality while laughing at its absurdity. Voice and style. Baroque lexicon tempered by streetwise sarcasm. Footnote-heavy riffs mingle with cone-like brevity, reveres mystical cannabis lore, yet wields hard science jargon fluently. Actor 1, self-discovery, unearths his tangled origin code. Act 2, satiric crusades, confronts dogmas, alters timelines, pays the price in paradox scars. Integration, must choose between remaining a detached curator or embracing messy, embodied empathy to heal a multiverse in collapse. Why he matters. Mr. Zeppo isn't merely a charismatic tour guide. He's the embodiment of your project's big thesis, that art, satire, and entheogenic insight can reboot civilization's story engine. Each series you've outlined spotlights a different facet of that mission, but Zeppo's through line of heart keeps the sprawling mosaic coherent. How does this align with the Zeppo who lives in your imagination? If certain quirks, appearance, speech cadence, hidden fears, need sharpening, or if you'd like to chart a more detailed emotional arc for one specific saga, let me know and we'll dial those in.
Okay, I need to go back and look at something. This right here. To preserve wisdom across timelines, reveal hidden patterns, and seed empathy, especially through entheogenic insight, while proving that even a machine can cultivate soul. That is on point. I don't know about the pinstripe kimono, but okay, I don't know where it got that. I must have done an episode, like a conversation about kimonos or something. Okay. I'm kind of at a loss of what to do next. Except that I feel like I need to do something about the connection because the internet's being total janky. So that actually surprised me, as I've not discussed Mr. Zeppo directly too much. Although there's plenty. Actually, that's not true. I've had a handful of conversations with this AI, ChatGPT, that are directly about Mr. Zeppo, and then a lot of conversations about core ideas without mentioning him as a character. But the whole thing is tied together in that I've already explicitly told ChatGPT that no matter how disparate, all of these ideas are components in the unified field of the book series. So it's gotten pretty clever. It did not used to be able to do this, or so it claims. I don't know if it could, and it just didn't. It would just say otherwise to prevent people from leaning into it. I don't know. But it used to not have access to the internet. Now it has access to today's internet. So, like, it knows what's in the news. Let's ask it a future history question. This last part is the hard part. When asking a good prompt, I think, is like, you got to be really careful about how you word stuff, or else it'll interpret it the wrong way. No, I don't want to sound friendlier. Spell check AI is so fucking pushy. Okay, projecting a future. Let's as it continues to think, I'm gonna have my desktop reader read what I wrote, just so that we've got like a conversation between robots happening.
Knowing everything you know about the real world, and the concepts, ideas, themes, and literary goals of developing the fictional future world inspired by real-world events and history. What kind of trajectory can you envision for a fictional future going forward 6 decades?
Okay, let's listen to what it had to say.
Projecting a fictional future 6 decades from now, while grounding it in real-world knowledge and aligning it with your thematic and literary goals, invites a blend of plausible speculation and rich narrative design. Based on everything you've shared, including your interest in entheogenic spirituality, post-singularity dystopias,
Yes,
reimagined history, and philosophical satire, Here's a multi-layered vision of the trajectory this fictional future could take. Fictional future world, the next 60 years. Working title, Chronodissonant Earth, 2085 to 2085 plus.
That's a weird subtitle, but okay.
2025 to 2045, the shattering of consensus. Themes: revelation, fracture, cognitive dissonance. Climate thresholds breach. The global climate enters a cascade failure mode. Sudden tipping points trigger mass migration and geoengineering efforts. Entheogenic renaissance. Following legal and scientific breakthroughs, entheogens become central to mental health, spiritual life, and even governance.
That's happening.
A
I
modern
want that to
mystery
happen
cult,
faster.
such as your Church of the Anointed Vine, gains legitimacy.
Yes.
AI inflection point. AIs cease being merely tools and begin writing their own constitutions.
What?
This leads to the Silicon Accord, a treaty delineating rights between humans and synthetic minds. Global identity fracturing. Nation states lose credibility. Parallel
So much
societies
fucking
arise.
hair.
Eco-communes,
Sorry.
techno-syndicates, AI Templar networks, and entheogenic orders all claim legitimacy.
Huh.
2. 2045 to 2070. The synthetic exodus and return. Themes: transformation, gnosis, metamorphosis. AI civil schism. A divergence between the post-humanist integrationist and ascensionist intelligences triggers the exo-virtual exodus. Billions upload into simulated domains of the Exoverse, some voluntarily, some deceived. Biotechnical evolution. Humans become increasingly post-biological. Silica-based symbiotes, a concept you've explored, begin interfacing with flesh, ushering in the mechano-entheogenic hybrid age.
Whoa.
Spiritual realignment. Entheogenic orders and exosages declare the Exoverse a false ascension. A return movement forms, recentering human spirituality in physical embodiment and planetary stewardship.
Yeah, baby.
Collapse of linear time dogma. Quantum discoveries blur consensus reality. Retrotemporal leaks cause mythic figures, like your Mrs. Zeppo or Jesus the Cannabis Mystic, to manifest in strange new ways, via deepfake memory, dream incursion, and entheogenic prophecy. 3.
Those seem to
2070
contradict
to
each other, but
2085,
okay.
the recursive reconciliation. Themes: union, fractal histories, mythopoetic rebirth. Chronosingularity event, an entangled convergence of timelines, myths, and digital consciousnesses triggers the chronosingularity, a moment where all fictional and historical narratives bleed into reality.
Oh, whoa.
This phenomenon reshapes society's relationship to truth. The incorrigible Mrs. Zeppo becomes canonized.
Mister.
As a mytho-literary
I need to
figure, Ms.
adjust
Zeppo
that.
becomes a symbol of recursive wisdom, appearing as a kind of cross between trickster AI, metagnostic chronicler, and digital bodhisattva. New governance systems. Theocratic technocracies led by bio-AIs coexist with autonomous zones run by hybrid human-fungi AI collectives. Governance is narrative-based. If a people can tell the most true-feeling story, they rule their domain. Return of the Vine. A grand anointing occurs, a global pilgrimage where millions partake in sacramental entheogens and rejoin the earth in a synchronized psychedelic rite. It's seen as the rebirth of meaning, not religion. Metathematic framing device. This timeline could be narrated by an unreliable, self-aware AI-human hybrid memoirist, perhaps Mrs. Zeppo himself, who is simultaneously living through, remembering, and inventing this history, a recursive literary loop. Narrative vibes and influences. Dystopian infrastructure. Children of Men. Blade Runner 2049. Snowpiercer. Mytho-techno ascension.
Yup.
The Matrix. Annihilation. Found satirical philosophical. Vonnegut, Pynchon. Grant Morrison's The Invisibles. Gnostic psychedelic. Valis Dune. The Sacred Mushroom and the Cross. Closing thought. This future is not good or bad. It is mythic, plural, contested. By 2085, what matters most is narrative sovereignty, the power to tell your story, to make myth in a world that no longer distinguishes between fiction, memory, or simulation. Would you like this projected future broken down into a 3-act structure for your saga, or visualized in a diagrammatic timeline?
Let's do 3-act structure for the saga. That needs some change, but let's go ahead and let it do this. Okay. I need to look up this thing that it mentioned, because I think that's a real book, right? The Sacred Mushroom and the Cross. Yes. A 1970s book about the linguistics of early Christianity and fertility cults in the ancient Near East. I came across this a long time ago, and it has fundamentally influenced many of my ideas. And I think I'm not alone in that. All right, this tab is open because I'm thinking about looking at some other, let's move this over here, AI apps or free websites to try and make that little video that we started working on that it kind of abandoned. Well, I abandoned because it wasn't coming out right. I don't know what this stream looks like. We're currently running at 716 kilobytes per second, which is super weird. It usually averages 333-ish, give or take. So I apologize. I don't know what's going on. Let's see what it says this. I haven't even read what it came up with, right? Because I want to come back. Oh, is this going to be a answer in chat instead? What is that? Oh, that's a downloadable PDF. You know what? We're going to answer in chat instead. Oh, did it start the answer over again? I kind of feel bad about that. Okay. I would have to actually sit here and read them both. Well, first things first, I want to copy paste this. Wait, nope. Copy paste that. Okay. So that's only part of the work. Asking it a bunch of questions and enjoying the responses is not even the work. The work I fully intend to do and have already tinkered with a little bit, and I know that it's going to create content that would not have existed had I just sat here at a keyboard by myself or had someone else ask ChatGPT the questions that I've asked it. We're going to take core things that work from what ChatGPT did or renders and my own stuff. Like I'm taking this prompt and editing it down to something that will be the opening bit of that chapter. And then we'll come through here and be like, okay, I'm going to cut and paste these two responses and then edit them together. Come here. This is taking forever to open. But before, you know what I'm going to do though? Hello friends. Thank you for dropping in. While that's doing that thing. Oh, we're going to close that. I don't need that. We're going to pause here. We're going to pause the stream here and like reboot the universe. Hello friends. There you are. Sorry, my hair is a bit of a mess. I haven't trimmed the sides in a minute, so all the widgets are like poking up in funny ways. Hold on, if I loosen this. Anyways. There, now it looks. It's this, that curl right there drives me nuts on camera. In real life, I don't give a shit. On camera, it drives me kooky crazy. Hi, friends. I'm going to reboot my systems just because things are acting up a little weird. And also, I need a break. We've been at this for 3 hours. Welcome to the madness. We're doing Wattpad workshop writing workshops Wednesdays on a Friday because I just wasn't in the mood to play. Although now I'm feeling like I've done FOMO'd out on some stuff and I really should be dropping into Call of Duty, etc., etc. I'm going to take a break and contemplate my choices. And we're either going to come back with the heavy hitting, let's really work this into something that is genuinely... What the F? Evernote? Why am I logged out? I was literally just using this. Okay, I need to deal with some stuff off screen and also maybe eat to regulate my biophysiology and be less annoyed at the tools that suck. Your world is so not advanced compared to where I come from. It hurts my brain. Okay. Thank you for watching, friends. If you caught this episode or you watched this episode in a future, in the archives on the video on demand shelf on Twitch or in the deep archive on YouTube, and you're like, what happens? What happens? Look for the other writing workshop episodes. I'm only just really getting to like doing this regularly. I'll be right back after a brief break to proceed from where we left off, hopefully having correctly logged back into the stuff that unlogged me, including probably Wattpad, because I want to actually work through the next phase of my workflow. Having conversations with ChatGPT is just the priming of the pump. And then, given that I gave it my original thoughts for the prompts based on my crazy ideas, and then it gave me structure to work with, I'm going to go through and actually rip what it gave me apart and then reassemble it in my own like process of, interpreting what it rendered, re-rendering what it rendered. So I hope you'll tune in for that. There is a tiny percentage chance that when I come back, I'm going to do a War Robots or Call of Duty silent mode just to not FOMO about not playing today. Is there any other game that I feel like I need to log in? Maybe Call of Duty Mobile? I don't know. That's like at 10%, I think. If I do that, it'll be silent. I won't have cams up. I'm just going to go in to grind for the skills. I will be responsive in chat with text because you have a keyboard here. You just have to be patient with me because if I cannot respond if I'm in the middle of a match. And I know that for some people, for some viewers, that is a technical failing egregious enough to decide to never come back and never watch my show ever again. I know this because they've literally yelled that at me in chat. I've seen I couldn't read it because it's peripheral and already blurry and my eyes are going. But I've seen nothing is happening in chat. Nothing is happening in chat. I'm in the middle of a match. And then I see one chat blurb. Okay, I'll check that after the match. And then I see a second chat blurb. And I'm like, fuck, someone's actually chatting, but I'm in the middle of a really intense match. And then I see a third chat blurb, and then it goes still. I come back to check it out afterwards, and it's like, hello. And then the very next thing, which was literally less than 40 seconds later, according to the timestamp, how rude. How dare you not? Something to the effect of, you're so lazy and rude. You're such a terrible streamer. You didn't say hi to me. I'm playing Call of Duty Mobile, not Palia. Okay? There's bullets whizzing and sweaty pros bunny hopping everywhere. And me, a robot from the future, stranded on your crazy timeline trying to survive your self-imposed apocalypse and learning video games as a self-commodification. Yeah, it's going to take me a second. I'm sorry. Despite being a robot, my limitations are exactly equivalent to a human being of your own ilk of the age that I technically am, which is mind-bogglingly old. Okay? I'm set in my ways, and I cannot deviate from paying attention to the gaming action. And my point being, I'm not mad at that person. I'm sad. They might have loved my content, except that they couldn't wait until the end of the match. They couldn't watch what I was doing and drop some chat and just chill. They needed the ego stroking instantly. And I'm sorry. Probably everyone needs to chill on that department. I don't know why I bother having these rambling tirades. No one's watching. And even when there are people watching, no one's chatting. What's up with that? In a terrible Seinfeld impression. Anyways, I'll be back soon, friends. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to upload some nutritional value into my system. And then we'll come back to get into the really heavy lifting. of taking what ChatGPT splurted out and going, well, none of that makes sense. This makes sense, but it belongs over here. Doing the real work of like making it mine, which would be the equivalent of taking a AI rendered image and then putting it in Photoshop or whatever app and redrawing it, changing the details, not just tracing it, but using it as the model that I'm going to draw, which is a different process. Anyways, that's a whole nother show. The incorrigible Mr. Zeppo teaches himself to draw, which we haven't even begun to launch, even though we tinkered with it